Welcome you all to the course 19 EC 402 Signals and System. Myself, Mr. K. Arun Kumar, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of ECE, Savita Engineering College. Prerequisite for this subject is 19 MA 202 Calculus and Laplace Transforms, or 19 MA 204 Complex Variables and Ordinary Differential Equations. The number of credits for this subject is 3. The textbooks are Signals and System by Alan V. Openham, and other textbook is Principles of Linear Systems and Signals by B. P. Lathi. So this subject is a prerequisite for the following upcoming subjects like control system engineering, communication theory, and discrete time signal processing. And this lecture is completely about introduction to signals and system. Here we are going to discuss or elaborate what is signal, what are the types of signals, and what is system, how it behave for different inputs. That things will be discussed in this lecture. Signal. What is signal? A description of how one parameter is related to another parameter. It means that one parameter is completely dependent on the other parameter. A signal is any physical phenomena which conveys some information. That is also called as signals. For example, let us consider a varying voltage with respect to time. So this is the example of a simple signal. So here the voltage is varying with respect to time. Consider this is your amplitude and this is your time scale. Your amplitude is varying with respect to time. And next we'll discuss about examples of signals. So here I listed few. The first one is speech signal. So this is a recorded of human voice. So this is your x-axis, that is a time scale, and this is your magnitude or amplitude scale. This peak indicates our louder of our voice. This is also a signal which is varies with respect to time. The other signal is recorded electrocardiogram signal, that is a ECG. This is a time scale and this is your amplitude scale. Here I extract only one pulse from ECG. So this gives some useful information to the doctors to analyze about the patients, about their working function of their heart. And this will give the useful information to the doctors. Only they can able to do some operations, or they can give some medicines to the patients properly. The other example here I mentioned is EEG, electroencephalogram. This is a signal we have taken from the human brain. This is also an example for signal, which is nothing but one dimensional. Then we will move on to the other part of signal, that is two dimensional. It is called as image. Okay, here I mentioned car as an example for two dimensional. What is two dimensional? So the maybe in the previous cases or in the previous examples we have considered only one there is only one dependent variable. In the case of two dimensional signal, there will be two dependent variables. For example, see this. So here I want to know the value of intensity and contrast. So I need two spatial parameters to represent this point. So this type of signals are called as two dimensional or an image. Here also I mentioned some more two dimensional signals like MRI scan images, ultrasound scan images, and CT scan images. So these are some of the examples for 2D images. Not only this, so the signals also maybe exist in the form of acoustic, image, video, electrical, heat, and light. So far we discussed what is signal and what are the few examples of signals. Now how will you represent a signal in the form of mathematics? And that's the next topic. Let us consider your voltages is varying with respect to time. The given function is sinusoidal function, and the function exists from the interval 0 to 2 pi. So this V is called as dependent variable, this T is called as independent variable. That is, V is dependent on T. So V is nothing but magnitude of the signal, T represents time instant. So here this is sine function, so v of t is equal to sine t, where t exists for the interval 0 to 2 pi. And other one is I have taken the speed signal. So this is a, it's not a deterministic signal, it's a random signal. So I don't have any other mathematical expressions to express this speed signal. So simply I written s of t, where s represents dependent variable, t represents independent variable. And coming to the two-dimensional signal representations, so once again, where s of x comma y, where x and y are independent variable, s is dependent variable on x and y. Now we'll move on to the types of signals. Based on the nature and characteristics, the signals are classified into two categories. One is called as analog signal, the other one is called as digital signal. Analog signals again further classified into two: continuous time signal and discrete time signal. All the real time existing signals are continuous time in nature. Now let us consider, first I will explain what is continuous and what is discrete. Let us consider the sine waveform with the time limit 0 to 50 seconds with the amplitude of 10 volt and the negative voltage is minus, and that is peak to peak is 20 volt. For example, at time t is equal to 12.5 seconds, what is the amplitude, if that is my question? So people can say that the value is 10 volt. Maybe instead of 12.5, if I ask at time t is equal to 25 seconds, what is the amplitude? Then people may say that the answer is 0. At time t is equal to 37.5, then what is the amplitude? Then people may say that the voltage is minus 10. Instead, if I have some other numbers, for example, let us take at time t is equal to 30 seconds. Then if I ask that value, people may say they may say some number. Okay. So at time t is equal to for example 5 seconds, then the amplitude is 3 volt approximately, and so and so. Even if I take any time instant between 0 to 50, for example 0, 1, 1.1, 1.121, 1.111, 1.99, 2.01, if I take any time instant between the interval 0 to 50, I will have some equivalent amplitude value. This type of signals are called as continuous time signal. The signals exist continuously for all the time instant. This is called as continuous. In the case of discrete, the signals will not exist for all the time instant. Instead, they will exist only for a particular spaced interval of times. Yeah, here I given with some example. So continuous time signals are nothing but it exists at every instant of time. Okay, here signal exists for all the time instants. Signals are exist. Such type of signals are called as continuous time signals. And this is discrete time signals that will exist only for discrete samples of time. Okay, so I cannot expect that the signals exist for all the time intervals. For example, if I take the entire time intervals from, for example, 0 to 50, so I cannot expect the values exist at time t is equal to 1.1 at 1.9. If I calculate time t is equal to 1.1 or 1.9, the value says it is 0. Since the values are exist only for spaced intervals like t is equal to 1, 2, 3, so and so. So this type of signals are called as discrete time signal. Maybe before few seconds I told you that all the real time signals are continuous time in nature. Then what is the purpose of discrete time signals? Why we should go for discretized signals? What is the difference between discrete and digital signals? For all these questions, so you will get the answer at the end of this course or at the beginning of discrete time signal processing. Okay, so far we discussed what is signal, how to represent signal, what are the types of signals. Now, how to denote a signal. So there are two different time domains. One is continuous time domain, other one is discrete time domain. How I will differentiate the notations. So that we are going to discuss now. So let us consider the first one. This is continuous time signal and this is discrete time signals. Continuous time signal, so all the signals are expressed as x of t, where x represents dependent variable, t represents independent variable. So the continuous time signals are expressed in terms of open parenthesis and closed parenthesis. Okay, this is a continuous time signal. In the case of discrete time signal, that is expressed in the form of square brackets. So this is a representation for continuous time signal, and this is a representation for discrete time signal. The time denotion the time denoted in discrete time is, the notation in discrete time is n. For continuous time, the notation is t. Okay, t versus x of t, n versus x of n. These are the some of the ways of denoting a signal in continuous and discrete time. Now the next one is system. What is system? System is nothing but interconnection of components, that to multiple components. For example, maybe first I will explain this. System responds when signal and produce some new signals. So this is a system which will accept some input signals that will produce some output signals. For example, consider our ceiling fan. Ceiling fan is accepting 230 volt AC as an input signal, and that producing some mechanical rotations. So simply I can say that our ceiling fan is a system. Okay, so the input is 230 volt AC voltage, the output is mechanical rotations. So that is called as a system. Okay, the fan is made up of so many components. So a system is nothing but interconnection of multiple components that will accept an input that will produce some output based on the input and system impulse response. Simply I given some RC low pass filter. So this is a system which accepts inputs and that producing some output. Here I am giving some voltage to the RC low pass filter that is going to produce some output here. So this is some example for electrical circuit. And some more examples for system is camera, digital camera. It accepts input that's giving some quality images in the desktop. The other one is speech recognition system. These are some of the examples for system. And what are the types of systems? Systems are majorly classified based on the nature of time. So the systems are continuous time system and discrete time system. Continuous time system with impulse response h of t, discrete time system with impulse response h of n. The system is going to accept the inputs x of t or x of n based on the type of system. For example, let us consider continuous time system. For continuous time system, the input is x of t and system impulse response is nothing but h of t. Then output of the system can be expressed as y of t is equal to x of t convolution of h of t, where convolution is nothing but mathematical operator that will come to know after few lectures. And for this describing this h of t, we are using differential equations. And coming to discrete time system, so here similarly the input is nothing but x of n, the impulse response is nothing but h of n, then output of the system can be expressed as y of n is equal to x of n convolution h of n. For to describing any system in discrete time system, the difference equation is used. So the practice session for the student is, look at everything around you and try to identify what are the types of signals and what are the systems are available around you, and list it out and submit to the concerned faculty. Thank you.